Hi everybody, this is Gary Dean and this is our nightly video report for Thursday, July 14th, 2016. As much as you're sitting here, at least I'm sitting here waiting for the reversal. The one thing that, it's as much as it's frustrating, you gotta, one of the things that I do is I just really don't watch it. If we get a gap up, I've been taking very small positions with each gap up, and as you can see, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going. I wasn't short from here. I'm just saying from these levels when we started gapping up. When you start making this type of move, where the only really movement you're getting is before and after hours, and when cash markets open, it goes down. We saw it here. We saw it gap up, and then from there down, gap up, down, gap up, and this one kind of drifted. But overall, you get the idea that when the gap up, it's been selling after that. So this is a foundation made of quicksand. It doesn't work, but the tough part about it is figuring out where it stops. So that's really the hard part. But as far as all of these points being given back, I think it's going to happen in a very, very fast manner. So we have bearish divergences on the 15-minute chart. We have bearish divergences on the hourly chart. Now the daily, we had them, and we never really got a complete recycle. But this kind of negated the any kind of bearish divergences because we went up, because it moved up on that. But you can tell right here as well, when we had this move, there was no bearish divergences. So it's one of the things that, like I said, where does this end? It may end where the high today. Maybe they go to 2180. Maybe they try for 2200. I don't. That's the hard part. What I do know is time-wise, they're running low on steam, and as well as that is there's just the volume is non-existent. And really, the big volume that we've been seeing is selling. So we've had a negative money flow almost every single day. So I think a good way to try to think of it is if you're in a boxing match and somebody just keeps giving the body blows where you can't see any damage on it, but what happens is inside that person, it's really eating them up and it's hurting. So the same thing happens when you get, just no volume and you get this negative money flow. It doesn't mean that it's going to, drop right away. It just means that when it does, it usually moves in a very, very fast manner, and the upside is typically limited, which it pretty much has been limited just because it's, once the cash markets open, the markets have really overall not done much. So everything's been done overnight. And one thing that I find kind of funny is that really the last few times that we've had these gap higher rallies, let's call them, it's always been about Japan, something going on there. And, Japan, if we're going to sit there and move our markets based off of what Japan is doing, and you look at what has happened in their markets for the last 30 years, it's kind of crazy. And they've let down more than they've really came through with everything that's been priced into the market. So maybe that's going to be the catalyst. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be. What I do know is this, is that presidential cycle-wise, it's bearish. As far as the way that this movement has been, it's bearish, meaning that everything's been done basically when the cash markets are closed. We have the bearish divergences, and one other thing. You can't really see this megaphone top on the S&P, but I want to show you it on the ES, which is the S&P futures. It's pretty perfect. So if this is going to hold true, the next move is coming all the way down here, and if it really is going to play out, the pattern would call for 2160, let's just say 200 points below this line here. And again, that's long term. I don't really know if this pattern even plays out, but it's a dangerous pattern, and it's something that I said when we had this move here, that if they came down and made this shoulder, what happens is it forms an expanded top, and that's exactly what's happening right now. So it may take a down and then up again, but no matter what, the next move is going to be a huge move to the downside. But it's just being patient and kind of just layering in small amounts along the way, and then just wait for gravity to take course. So with that, one quick thing on I may not be able to get in a report out on Sunday. I think I might be able to, but I'm gonna be away Sunday night and coming back on Monday. So I definitely won't have Monday morning notes out, but I should be able to get a weekend report out. So with that, have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.